Speaker Mike Johnson, House Republicans are in our districts helping families through this crisis that Democrats created. Health services halted. Nutrition aid for moms and infants are cut off. FEMA unable to issue flood insurance during hurricane season. And now Democrats are reportedly waiting until after their radical Hate America rally on October 18th to reopen the government. It's disgraceful. Look, I honestly kind of welcome this whole big rally happening in Washington, D.C. because the government shut down. I think all eyes are going to be on it because it's being hosted by the Democrats. And we're just going to have to see what kind of mayhem that they're going to bring with them because we all know how they tend to act whenever they protest in mass. So we'll just have to see what happens. Maybe CNN, they're going to have another one of those hilarious segments where it's a mostly peaceful protest with, a hellscape fire happening right behind them. Anyway,
real harm to real people, and we're hearing it from our constituents.
Oh my God! I'm sorry.
Now are in their districts,
Melania Trump, man,
trying to help people.
You're way too soft-spoken.
That's being created by the Democrats.
I forgot to adjust my volume. I apologize.
Services. It's nutrition services for young mothers and infant children. It's all manner of services that are provided. FEMA. They can't write flood insurance policies in the middle of a hurricane season because of this nonsense, and we're so angry about it. I mean, I'm a very patient guy. But I have had it with these people. They're playing games with real people's lives. The theory we have...
Dude, you better keep your patience because they are going to drag this on for months unless you fucking cave. And you better not cave. You better not cave, dude.
Right now, they have a Hate America rally that's scheduled.
I don't want my money to go to illegals
on the National Mall. It's all the pro-Hamas wing and the Antifa people. They're all coming out.
Yeah, they're called
Some
the
of the
Squad.
House Democrats are selling T-shirts for the event, and it's being told to us that they won't be able to reopen the government until after that rally because they can't face their rabid base. I mean, this is serious business hurting real people.
I think they're going to keep it closed.
I'm beyond words. I can't believe
that's what I'm feeling. I got that. Definitely have that vibe that they're going to keep it closed for a prolonged period of time. Because all they're doing is just, the Republicans, they control Congress. They're the ones that are doing it. I mean, we don't even control Congress. How could we be doing it? Anyway, Senate Republicans, Bernie Sanders, you reopen the government and we lose our leverage. Uh-oh. They would rather have leverage than help working families put food on their tables. This is on CNN.
They have had months to negotiate. And you reopen the government and we lose our leverage. And they say, we want this, we want that. No, there has to be an agreement right now. That's what this whole shutdown is about.
We lose our leverage, holding the government hostage so you can give illegal immigrants health care. How do you like that? Secretary Lori Chavez de Raymer, our federal firefighters are working without pay because of the Democrat shutdown. It's time for them to do the right thing and reopen the government. I think she's the Secretary of Labor, I think. Let's see if I got that right. Yeah, I got it right. All right, so let's take a watch.
Hi, this is Lori Chavez de Raymer, the Secretary of Labor. I am here at Fort Myer Fire Station to thank our federal firefighters for working during this shutdown. It's important to them to keep us safe. I'm asking Senator Schumer and these Senate Democrats to open up this government. Stop playing games with the American workforce.
All right, so I don't have a whole ton of stuff, so you don't have to freak out too much. I don't have a whole lot with the government shutdown because frankly, I'm sick and tired of it at this point because that's all they're talking about, and a lot of the social media resources that represent different departments across the government, they're not posting anything because they're shut down. And all of these social media people, they're non-essential, so they're not employed currently. So there's a lot of stuff out there that's not happening. There's a lot of departments that they're doing stuff still, but I don't really have any way of looking at it, at least not beyond where I'm at now. Anyway, this is Rapid Response 47, currently playing at every public airport in America. So this is playing at all the airports in America right now.
Hi, I'm Christine Ohm, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. It is TSA's top priority to make sure that you have the most pleasant and efficient airport experience as possible while we keep you safe. However, Democrats in Congress refuse to fund the federal government. And because of this,
yeah, they do.
Many of our operations are impacted, and most of our TSA employees are working without pay. We will continue to do all that we can to avoid delays that will impact your travel. And our hope is that Democrats will soon recognize the importance of opening the government.
All right. Yeah. And it's just like, I believe it's the Social Security Administration. If you call them, you get a voicemail that says that the radical leftist Democrats have shut down the federal government. That's why you're hearing this message. All right, Steve Scalise, the facts don't lie. Republicans voted 8 times to keep the government open. Democrats said no again and again. Now families and troops are paying the price.
Just go look at the votes. There have been actual votes in the House and the Senate 8 different times now between the two chambers to open the government down.
8 votes.
And Republicans have said, yes, let's keep the government open while we negotiate.
I think they should carry that political messaging. They've closed the government again and again and again and again and repeat, 8 times, 9 times, 10 times. Just keep it going.
Our differences, and Democrats continue to say no so they can appease their radical base. And so as Chuck Schumer denies pay to millions of federal workers, we know roughly at least 1 in 3 of every service member in America lives paycheck to paycheck. Now, should they get solace in knowing that they're risking their lives, some of them overseas, while their families are here, and on Monday, when we get to the date where paychecks would be cut, the government will still be shut down, and they won't even be getting a paycheck on the 15th. Rent will still be due. Mortgages will still be due. Car notes will still be due for those service members risking their life. Should they take solace in knowing that at least it's a good day for Chuck Schumer? At least Chuck Schumer feels like the shutdown's working good for Schumer.
Well, and it's all because of the Affordable Care Act. They want to keep dumping money into it to keep it artificially lower than what it really is because of the COVID era, because they wanted to make everything cheaper for people who consume resources from the government. And the Democrats have owned this since day one. They're the ones that rolled out Obamacare and completely fucked up our insurance industry, our healthcare insurance industry. And they just want to keep that ball rolling. They just want to keep taking your money and giving it to other people to try to keep their healthcare costs low. Meanwhile, most of us have to pay our own private insurance, and we're not getting really any breaks out of it at all. And it's fucking bullshit, man.
That's not going to give solace.
Not to
any
mention
of
the
those
illegal
families.
immigrants.
Instead, it actually
They get free healthcare while
increases
we
the
have to pay for
anger
ours.
of the families all across America who are seeing the real cost of this shutdown. They know who's voting to shut the government down, but now they're feeling direct pain. And the only thing they hear from Democrat leaders that keep voting no is, oh, it's a good day for us because the far left is patting us on the back. Do they really need a participation trophy to feel good about themselves while they inflict pain on millions of people? It's disgraceful.
Yeah, and I think they should be up here every single day, basically saying the same thing over and over. I know it gets old, it gets really repetitive, but they've just got to keep that message going day in and day out because Democrats, they're all over the mainstream news, and they're talking about how the Republicans shut down the government. We didn't do it. From Speaker Mike Johnson, Democrats have now voted 8 times to block pay for our troops and federal workers. Chuck Schumer and Senate Democrats think every day of this shutdown gets better for them, even as it hurts hardworking Americans. Once again, Democrats are putting Americans last. Votes to pay troops and federal workers. And they've got all the dates where the votes came in. Republicans voted yes, Democrats voted no. And we got this from Hakeem Jeffries. It's day 10 of the Trump shut. Oh, it's Trump shut down. Oh, I didn't realize that Trump shut it down unilaterally. Oh, it's all Trump's fault now. Yeah, because he's a Democrat. Everything's Trump's fault. Evil orange man. The government is closed because Republicans don't want to provide health care to working class Americans. Look, you can look at it that way. You can look at it any way, but y'all voted to close down the government, not the Republicans. Extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits now. Yeah, who started the Affordable Care Act? Barack Obama, the Democrats. They're the ones that caused our insurance industry to spiral completely out of control. And now their big solution is that we're going to hold the government hostage until we get more of your money to pay for our fuck up. It's ridiculous.
Well, our
MSNBC
view has been clear over the last several weeks. We were never going to vote for a partisan Republican spending bill that continues to gut the health care of the American people. We made that clear in early September, mid-September, late September, and we continue to make that clear in October for several reasons. But the Affordable Care Act tax credits is a matter that needs to be dealt with right now. Open enrollment starts on November 1st. Tens of millions of people are receiving notices right now indicating that their premiums are about to go up by thousands of dollars per year.
Well, I would have to ask, why are they going up by thousands of dollars per year? What is causing them to go up thousands of dollars? It's not just the tax credits expiring. That's not the real reason. The tax credits are there to keep their insurance policies relatively cheap, which still isn't cheap. It's still extremely expensive. But when you get rid of those tax credits, which they were put into place during COVID to try to alleviate, some people's hardships during COVID, why is it going up so much in the first place? What did you, the Democrats, And during the Obama era, what did they do to make it skyrocket to the point where it's at right now? Why is it so expensive, Democrats? You all were the ones who rolled this thing out to begin with, but they don't have any answers for that. Frankly, I'm not hearing any answers from the Republicans either as to why the healthcare is as expensive as it is right now anyway. I think the reason is probably because they just keep cutting blank checks to the insurance industry and to hospitals, medical facilities, doctors, where they could just charge whatever the hell they want. Government's just going to pay for it, so who gives a shit?
This has to be dealt with the fierce urgency of now. And we cannot rely on a wing and a prayer from Republicans or a blank check promise, given that this group of people has tried to gut the health care of...
Dude, you are offering a blank check promise. That's what this is. That's exactly what it is. You want to pass hundreds of billions of dollars worth of spending. A lot of it, again, is going to illegal immigrants. A lot of it's going to Americans who consume government resources. And that's what you're doing. You're essentially writing blank checks to medical providers who are charging way more money than they should be charging for medical goods and services.
The American people, and has targeted the Affordable Care Act literally for the last 15 years. We need to get this done, and we need to get this done now.
Yeah, it's just really funny how just the Democrats, they always talk about, like, we need this and we need that and we need to do this. And they don't show any hard evidence on anything. They don't even get to the root of the problem. They don't give a shit about the root of the problem because they are the root of the problem. Anyway, Rapid Response 47. The line at this food bank is filled with military families who have no idea when they'll get their next paycheck, all because of Chuck Schumer and the Democrats. Democrats should be ashamed of themselves, but that would require them to have shame in the first place. Pathetic cowards.
As I take a step aside here, there is quite a bit of military members and their families in line because of this government shutdown. We're in day 9 of it, and they're here for a
like
food
communism,
pantry.
dude.
There's all sorts
Fucking
of food
crazy.
that is available.
Wait
and
in
I
bread
spoke
lines.
with some military member spouses, and I spoke with some department heads here at the ASYMCA on why this is so important. What's the difference in the amount of people that you've seen from today to previously?
So when we first started coming, there definitely wasn't this amount of people. It was a lot, but it wasn't this amount to where it wrapped around the building. But lately it has been a lot. Like, we were here last week and we were in line for like 2 hours.
In a normal week, we usually run out of food about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Last week, we ran out of food about 10:30.
As I take a step aside.
All right. And you also have to consider that the Christmas season's coming up. That's a pretty short ways away. And that's probably another reason why they're showing up to these food banks, because they've got to pinch pennies like crazy, man. Rent's due, the mortgage is due, car payments are due, the utilities, and plus there's the Christmas season that's coming up too. So I really feel for them, and it's absolutely just complete bullshit that they're doing this, the Democrats. Last night, the Senate passed a defense bill that includes a pay raise for American troops, but Democrats are blocking their paychecks until illegal aliens get free health care. And this is from U.S. Department of Transportation. Rapid response. Would you like to end the shutdown? Call Senator Chuck Schumer at 202-224-6542. This is on CNN.
Let me ask you a question from my daughter, who is away at college and is going to get on a plane and come visit her parents soon. What does she need to do to prepare for this? I mean, how do you predict if you're a flyer out there? How do you predict if your flight is going to be delayed because of what's going on here?
You really can't.
Well, I think the answer to that is give her Chuck Schumer's number and say, Chuck, when are you going to open up the government?
Got him. Pick out that mic. Oh, that was great. All right. Congressman Russell Fry. Listen to this. Planes have to crash before Democrats lift a finger. Got it. Their priorities couldn't be clearer. Nothing says leadership like waiting for disaster. This is on CNN Politics. Another senior Democrat aide said as long as public perception is in their favor, the party will not concede short of planes falling out of the sky. Absolutely incredible. Senate Democrats false. Or no, Senate Democrats. I got Democrats on the mind. Senate Republicans false. The bill that Senator Warnock is referring to cuts $50 billion from rural hospitals and gives free healthcare to illegal aliens. The government is closed because Democrats have rejected a clean bipartisan funding bill 7 times. And he's responding to Senator Reverend Raphael Warnock. Here's the simple truth that Republicans in D.C. don't want you to know. The government is shut down because they're choosing to double your healthcare premiums. Yeah, like they're like twirling their mustaches like, yeah, we're really going to get the American people this time. We're double hell, let's fucking triple it. There's a bill that would end the shutdown today and end and fund healthcare. But Washington Republicans keep voting no. Yeah, because we don't want it to go to illegal immigrants. And a lot of the people who are getting the health care, a lot of them are able-bodied, and a lot of them are fraudulently being put on these healthcare programs. And that's part of the reason why they cut a lot of funding to Medicaid, because it's no longer needed. Because a lot of able-bodied people were getting it, and they did not deserve it. Anyway, U.S. Department of Transportation, thank you, TGI Fridays, for showing our air traffic controllers and TSA workers some love during the shutdown. Well, what's TGI Fridays doing? Nothing is more American than hitting up TGI Fridays at the airport. Check this out. From TGI Fridays, community means showing up for each other, especially now. The TSA and air traffic control workers, thank you for keeping the skies safe. Your meal is on us. Let's watch this. Oh no, there's no sound. TGI Fridays, what? That's okay. They probably play some copyright shit anyway. So it says, to our heroes at the airport, thank you, TSA and air traffic control workers. You eat free. To the ones keeping us flying, this one's on us. TSA and air traffic control workers enjoy a free meal at Fridays as our way of saying thanks. Choose from one of the items below. And they've got the cheeseburger with fries. They got crispy chicken fingers with fries. Crispy or grilled chicken sandwich with fries. Chicken Caesar salad. That'd be a good one. And is that it? Yeah, chicken Caesar salad. So yeah, you get 4 options to choose from. You get a free meal. Well, that's pretty cool. That's very nice of them. They didn't have to do that, but they did. And it's very, very nice. So this is from Senator Tim Scott. South Carolina is integral to our nation's defense and military readiness. I'm pleased the Senate just passed my provisions in the NDAA that equip our service members with the resources, training, and support necessary to execute their duties with excellence. And Leader John Thune, I promised to prioritize the NDAA, and I'm glad the Senate delivered. While I'm proud our bill authorizes a much-deserved pay raise for our troops, I'm disappointed they won't see it, or any paycheck for that matter, until Democrats end the Schumer shutdown. They're holding our troops and their families hostage for political demands.